Welcome, YouTube, to a commentary channel where I discuss any topic. It depends on audience response. It also depends on something that I may have learnt about and found fascinating, so I want to explore more. And it also about my own life at times I share on this YouTube channel. And today, I've just got to change over, sorry. Today I'm looking at Carl Hadenberg and the evolution of zoos. So again, welcome to my channel. I don't push anyone to subscribe or even like, but I do love comments. And the reason I love comments is because for me, I'm talking and I can just see you all out there listening, and I just want to know that I've been heard. So make a comment. Please try to be respectful. Please try to keep it nice, because I'm a believer in treating other people as I want to be treated, and I want to be treated with nice. I want to be treated kindly, non-judgmentally. Anyway, let's get on. So today we're diving into the fascinating and complex history of zoos, starting with Carl Hagenbeck, a man who revolutionized how we interact with and understand the animal kingdom. His vision was to create spaces where animals could roam more freely without the confines of bars and cages. However, his legacy is also marked by a controversial chapter, one that reflects the attitudes of a bygone era, but must not be forgotten. Carl Hagenbeck, the pioneer of modern zoos. Carl was born in 1844 in Hamburg, Germany, and is often credited as the founder of the modern zoos. Before his innovations, zoos were grim places where animals were kept in small, cramped cages that resembled prison cells more than anything else. Hagenbeck's revolutionary idea was to design zoos with open areas and moats instead of cages, allowing animals to live in environments that closely mimicked their natural habitats. This approach not only improved the well-being of the animals, but also provided visitors with a more engaging and educational experience. The dark side of Hagenbeck's legacy. But Hagenbeck's story is not without its darker aspects. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, he was also involved in the practice of displaying people from different cultures, particularly African and Asian, in what was known as human zoos. These exhibitions showcased people in what was claimed to be their natural environments, but in reality they were dehumanizing spectacles that reinforced racist stereotypes and colonial ideologies. In fact, there's a very famous photograph taken from 1958 in Brussels of a black child inside a very small cage. Google it. In addition to this, Hagenberg was known for acquiring exotic animals to his zoo through methods that were far from humane. To capture young animals, he often resorted to killing their parents. This brutal practice allowed him to obtain baby animals that were easier to transport and manage, but at a significant ethical cost. Hold on a minute.
This is a reminder.
These methods highlight the often harsh and exploitive nature of early zoo practices, where the welfare of animals was secondary to the desire for public entertainment and profit. One of the most striking and disturbing images, which I've just mentioned, highlight the legacy of these practices. A photograph, 1958, in Brussels, Belgium. It shows a black child in a cage, a haunting reminder of the exploitation and racism that persisted in Europe long after Hadenberg's time. The evolution and spread of zoos worldwide. Despite these troubling aspects, Hadenberg's approach to animal care and display set a new standard that would spread worldwide. Today, there are over 10,000 zoos across the globe dedicated to the conservation and study of animals. The countries with the most zoos include number 1, the United States, with over 350 zoos. Number 2, Germany, home to more than 300 zoos. Number 3, Japan, around 160 zoos. Number 4, China, with about 155 zoos. Number 5, Brazil, hosting over 110 zoos. The zoos with the most species. When it comes to diversity of species, some zoos stand out for their incredible collections. Number 1, the Berlin Zoological Garden in Germany has over 1,300 species. Number 2, San Diego Zoo in the USA, about 650 species. Number 3, Henry Dooley Zoo, USA, around 950 species. Number 4, the Bronx Zoo in the USA, over 700 species. Number 5, Moscow Zoo in Russia, nearly 1,000 zoos. These zoos are not just a place of entertainment, they play a critical role in conservation, breeding programs and research, helping to protect endangered species and educate the public about the importance of biodiversity. Comparing life in zoos versus the wild. One of the ongoing debates about zoos is whether they provide a better life for animals than the wild. On one hand, animals in zoos are protected from predators, disease, and the harsh realities of nature. Many live longer lives in captivity due to regular veterinary care and consistent food supply. However, the quality of life in zoos can vary greatly depending on the conditions provided. For instance, an elephant in the wild can live up to 60 to 70 years, but in a poorly managed zoo, their lifespan can be significantly shorter due to stress, lack of exercise, and social isolation. On the other hand, some species, particularly those endangered by human activities such as habitat destruction or poaching may have a better chance of survival in a well-maintained zoo with appropriate space and care. For example, the giant panda's survival has been significantly bolstered by captive breeding programs. Now, conclusion. Carl Hadenberg's legacy is a testament to both the progress and the mistakes in our relationship with the animal kingdom, while his vision of open, cage-free environments for animals was groundbreaking and paved the way for modern zoological practices. We must also acknowledge the dark chapters of his and other paths. As we continue to evolve in our understanding and treatment of animals, let us strive for a future where all living beings are respected and valued, whether in the wild or in captivity. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to come back to you because I wouldn't like to be in the zoo, and I'm going to take this, I'm just going to sidetrack here. We as humans believe we're top of the food chain, and we put animals in zoo for our entertainment. For me, watching a gorilla just sit there all day as spectators or audience go around is not a life. This is my own personal opinion. I believe in, born free. They should be allowed to live naturally in natural habitats. Having said that, we humans, we burn forests for our own greed. So I don't know whether there's a right answer here. On one hand, we are saving species, but I wouldn't like to be in a zoo. I think often of a bird enclosed. It doesn't matter how big the aviary or the cage is. It's in a prison. These animals are in a prison. And I've often wondered, just hear me out here, I believe in aliens. And if aliens took us and on some exotic other dimension or other world, we are on display for aliens to see. Would you like to live in a confined area, be fed when, they decide to feed you on a schedule? Sure, you get your health looked after, but a lion roaming free, chasing, I know for us it's awful to witness a lion bringing down zebra or a young wild animal. Our hearts break, but let us not forget we eat meat too. With that, this is a topic that I don't think there's any neutral middle ground. You either think zoos are great or you think things should be set free. As I've said, I understand that there is a lot of species, thanks to us, that are endangered. But why not? Instead of a zoo, let's have, acres and acres, and I'm talking about hundreds of acres here, and let them just roam free. When I was growing up, I was about 10 to about 14. I lived in Brisbane, and on the way to the Gold Coast, it took about 3 hours in those days to get to the Gold Coast. It only takes about an hour now because of modern roads. But they had the Beenleigh Lion Safari, and you could actually drive through in your car, and all the animals were roaming free. Now that for me is a better idea than a zoo. Leave a comment below. Would you? Let's look at this from the point of view of you being on the zoo, in a zoo. Sure, you're not in a cage, you're not behind bars where they're looking at you, and don't forget to, in some zoos, because of the animals being dangerous, they are behind bars to stop them from attacking us. It's like we are being kept from some dangerous animals from attacking us. And would you like to just think of it, put yourself in this animal's shoes. Would you like to, even if you're an alligator, and I've seen, this is terrible, because alligators and crocodiles are very, where they territorial. And in the wilds, a crocodile or an alligator has quite a wide territorial area. In some places, some zoos, whatever, 10 crocs or alligators share the same pond. I have no love for zoos. How about you? And now we come to the end. Thank you for watching about zoos. I'm still not well. I'm on day 8 of my antibiotic, my flagyl, for Clostridium infection, which I spoke about before, but I will try to upload videos as I can. And the reason I upload videos is not to get an audience. It's something I just love doing. I'm got nothing else to do. I'm a widow, got a dog, and it's like even though I can't see you, it's like I'm talking to someone who's listening. And it's just joy for me to upload videos. So be grateful for every day. Cherish every moment. Love the best you can. Please treat each other with kindness. Love, light and blessings. Gems, good done. Bye.